Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, classmates. We are Group 2 and our topic is RH Law, Republic Act number 10354, presented by Aliermo Ken Michael, Garing Jonabel, Nasa Mayranel, Lozada Bridget, and Canapia Johamir. Number 1, the introduction. The reproductive health law is a law in the Philippines that gives people the right to choose their reproductive health options and access the services and information they need. This includes family planning, maternal health care, sex education, and treatment for reproductive tract infections. The law also requires schools to teach comprehensive sex education. The RH law has helped to increase the number of women using modern contraceptives and has reduced maternal and infant mortality rates. So, ang Reproductive Health Act ay patuloy na nagbibigay diin sa mga mahahalagang aspeto ng pamilyang pangkalusugan sa ating lipunan. Ang RH law din ay naging instrumento sa pagdaas ng bilang ng mga kababaihan na gumagamit ng mga makabagong paraan ng contraceptive at makatulong din sa pagbawas ng maternal mortality at pati na rin sa pagkamatay ng mga sanggol. So, ano-ano nga ba yung mga makabagong paraan ng contraceptive? Education at awareness campaign. Programa ng gobyerno at ng mga organisasyon sa lipunan na naglalayong magbigay ng edukasyon at kamalayan ukol sa family planning at reproductive health na nagpapahalaga sa paggamit ng makabagong contraceptive. Isa rin ang health services at facilities, pagpapalawak ng access sa health services at mga pasilidad para sa mga reproductive health, kabilang na ang mga maternal care centers na nagbibigay ng serbisyong pangkalusugan sa kababaihan at sa mga sanggol din. So, the last one is community-based initiatives, mga programa sa komunidad na naglalayong magbigay ng suporta, edukasyon at serbisyong pangkalusugan ukol sa family planning at sa reproductive health. Letter A, discussion of the importance of the topic. The reproductive health law is important because it gives people control over their reproductive health, reduces maternal mortality, promotes gender equality, and contributes to sustainable development. The law has been praised by public health specialists and human rights activists, but some religious groups have criticized it for supporting abortion. However, the law does not legalize abortion. It only provides post-abortion care. Ang RH law ay nagbibigay ng akses sa pagpigil sa pagbubuntis at tinutulungan ng mga tao sa pagpaplano ng kanilang mga gawain sa pamilya na nagpoprotekta sa kanila mula sa HIV or sa AIDS. Nakakatulong din ang RH law sa pagpapababa ng maternal mortality. Ang maternal mortality ay tumutukoy sa pagkamatay ng isang babae habang siya ay buntis o hanggang sa 2 buwan pagkatapos ng panganganak. Itinakda din ng batas na ang mga kabataan ay dapat bigyan ng mga serbisyong pangkalusugan ng reproduktibo bilang isang paraan ng pagbibigay sa kanila ng impormasyon at mga kasangkapan para sa paggawa ng mga wastong desisyon. Kaugnay na dito yung sex education, yung sexualidad. Gayunpaman, ang batas ay malinaw na ang abortion ay nananatiling labag sa batas sa Pilipinas. Ang RH law ay kinilala lamang sa pagpapahalaga pagkatapos ng pagpapalaglag bilang isang pangangailangan para sa pagpapanatili ng kalusugan at buhay ng isang babae.
I'll be discuss and information on the topic, reproductive health law in the Philippines. In the 1960s, the government recognized the need to manage population growth, kaya naisipan ng gobyerno na kailangan kontrolin ang paglaki ng populasyon. At noong 2001, the first bill is submitted to Congress by civil rights activists. Ang RH law na nagbibigay ng libreng access sa modern contraception ay ipinasa noong 2012. And 2013, religious group filed a case against the RH law, kaya pansamantalang natigil. And thankfully, noong 2014, tinanggap ng Supreme Court ang RH law but strike down 8 provisions including one requiring private health insurance companies to cover contraception costs. And despite legal change, the RH law has been credited with reducing material morality, teenage pregnancy, and unmet need for contraception. So, sa kabila ng mga komplikadong aspekto ng batas, pinuri ang RH law sa magandang epekto nito sa pagbaba ng panganganak ng mga ina, teenage pregnancy, at pangangailangan sa contraception. And sa next slide, the overview, center point, and primary purpose of the public policy. Overview. The Reproductive Health Law is a groundbreaking law in the Philippines that safeguards access to modern contraception, comprehensive reproductive health education, and other essential services. It is underpinned by belief that individuals have an inherent right to make informed decisions about their reproductive health. Ang Reproductive Health Law is a game-changing piece of legislation in the Philippines that ensure access to modern contraception, and I think of the Reproductive Health Law as a guardian for people's right to informed choice regarding their reproductive health in the Philippines. So, sa center point, the RH law strive to enhance the health and well-being of by Filipinos by number 1 is lowering maternal mortality and morbidity. Ito yung to avoid maternal deaths at maiwasan ang hindi sinasadyang pagbubuntis. Diminishing teenage pregnancy upang mabawasan ang mga batang maagang nabubuntis. So, expanding access to modern contraceptive like supporting reproductive autonomy, pagpigil sa hindi sinasadyang pagbubuntis, and promoting equitable reproductive health. So 4 is promoting responsible parenthood and teach your child to morals of right and wrong rather than merely instructing them on what they are allowed or not allowed to do. So empowering women and girls, empowering other women to speak and express themselves also carries with it a responsible to brutal negativity. And for the last is identify overall health outcomes. And the goal is improve reproductive health outcomes, assessing change in maternal mortality rates, access and family planning services, reducing unwanted pregnancies, and improving overall reproductive health education and awareness are all example of overall health outcomes. Yun na lang po.
Good day everyone, my name is Janabal Garing and we will discuss the number 2, brief information. The RH law in the Philippines protects every Filipino's right to have access to basic reproductive health service and information that are free of charge. The provision of free advanced contraceptives, age-appropriate reproductive health education in public schools, and post-abortion care. The law also states that couples can choose how many and when they should have children. According to this, the reproductive health, or called RH law in the Philippines, ensure free access to essential reproductive health service and information. It includes provision for free advanced contraceptives, age-appropriate reproductive health education in public schools, and post-abortion care. The law grants couples the freedom to decide the number and timing of their children. Despite facing opposition from religious groups and conservative politicians, the RH law has contributed to lower infant and maternal mortalities, increased contraceptions use, and enhanced decision-making on sexual reproductions. Overall, it stands as a crucial law that has positively impacted the lives of millions of Filipinos, emphasizing the country's commitment to individual reproductive health rights. Second, we will discuss the general relevant history. The origins of the RH law in the Philippines go back to the 1960s when there was a move towards family planning by Philippines government. On the other hand, it was not until 2000 that the RH law started to emerge. The Filipino legislature enacted that reproductive health development that would have assured availability of universal reproductive health service information in 2001. So, the reproductive health RH law in the Philippines originated in 1960 when the government pushed for family planning. Despite initial setback, the law emerged in the 2000. Facing controversy and opposition, especially from conservative groups, President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo vetoed in 2001, pushed in return to Congress in 2010, ultimately passing in December 2012 under President Benigno Aquino III. The Supreme Court upheld most of the law in 2014, allowing its full enforcement. Despite pre-implementation protests from the Catholic Church and conservative, the RH law has positively impacted Filipino reproductive health. Notable events shaping its policy includes the government's 1967 commitment, the 1970 introduction of modern contraceptives, and the 2001 initial legislative effort. The law's effects include increased contraception use and decreased maternal and infant mortality rates, marking it as significant improvement in the lives of millions, emphasizing the country's commitment to health service and reproductive rights.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, classmates. I'm Maranel Nasam, and my report is about my part of this position paper, which is the Reproductive Health Law, RH Law, Republic Act number 10354 is about general position on the issue that you want to argue. Sex education in the Philippines is not dangerous for students. Rather, it is crucial for providing them with accurate information about human sexuality, reproduction, sexual health, and relationships. This information can help protect them from STIs, unwanted pregnancy, and sexual abuse. Sex education is not about encouraging promiscuity. Instead, it empowers young people to make informed and responsible decisions about their sexuality. So, sex education in the Philippines is hindi siya nagpo-promote ng kahalayan, hindi siya nagpo-promote ng kahalayan to every individual, especially doon sa mga young people. So, yung sex is a taboo subject in the Philippines since religious country nga tayo. Therefore, mahirap i-introduce yung sex education dito sa bansa natin. But, kung iisipin natin, sex education is a lot to offer, especially nga doon sa mga kabataan. Kasi sex education is not about sexuality. Nagpo-promote din to ng healthy lifestyle o healthy living ng isang individual. And it also help them to be responsible or magkaroon ng freedom about sa sexuality nila. Next, the state of the counter-arguments to your position by providing facts, data, or references. On the other hand, as a student, we think there are significant costs associated with absence of sex education in the Philippines. Unreliable sources of education can leave students with the dangerous false impressions. Most times, students acquire knowledge about sex away from school that inaccurate the sources involve other peers or through pornography. So, dapat yung sex is a magkaroon ng proper venue to talk about it para maka-acquire yung every individual, especially yung kabataan, maka-acquire sila ng proper knowledge about sa sexual health nila. So usually nakakakuha sila ng information doon sa mga tambay, sa mga kaibigan nila, sa online, which is hindi siya accurate o tama na pamamaraan ng pagkuha ng information, kasi usually yung mga nakukuha nilang information doon is hindi makatotohanan. Next is state your claim that directly answer the counter-arguments by providing references to your position. As a student, we assert that comprehensive sex education in the Philippines is crucial to address various issues. Lack of sex education can lead to use of unreliable sources of information, which can cause misconceptions of the topic of sex and relationship. So, basically, we propose the sex education. We propose that the government supposed to support the DepEd or CHED to straighten the new curriculum with sex education para at least may proper venue yung problem na to, may proper venue siya para pag-usapan. So, sex education dapat kahit papaano sa bahay pa lang at least na-introduce na siya through their parents, no? Encourage yung kabataan, at least alam nila na yung private part is part of their body and it's restricted para malisen yung sexual abuse. For example, may bata kami dito sa bahay and very conscious siya sa age na niya 3 years old. Ayaw niya maghubad sa public or sa labas. Ayaw niya umihi sa labas, sa gilid-gilid. Ayaw niya ipakita yung private part niya sa ibang tao. Kahit yung butt niya, very conscious siya kasi nga aware siya na yung part na yung private part niya is dapat inaalagaan. And then sex education is not about reproduction. Makakatulong din to para magkaroon ng freedom and responsible yung isang individual to have a relationship and to have a children. Kung ilang anak yung gusto nila. And then yun, makaka-listen din siya sa mga ma-well informed din yung isang kabataan, yung isang bata o kabataan about sa mga diseases na or infection na makukuha nila through intercourse with their partner or other people.
Good day classmate, and good day ma'am. I'm Aljermo and Michael, and my part in this position paper is the policy proposition and suggestions saka po sa conclusion. So ang conclusion po namin sa RH law is isa ito sa mga significant landmark piece ng legislation natin. Kasi magkakaroon po ng improvement sa buhay ng mga Pilipino. Malaking impact po nito yung sa reproductive health. Siyempre, yung pagpo-foster po ng gender equality for both genders and empowering individuals po to make informed decision about how to raise the family, and siyempre para makakontribute sa poverty reduction. So, siyempre, una doon is gender equality is the RH law has a pivotal role in promoting gender equality by syempre recognizing the woman's right to autonomous decision making regarding sa kanilang reproductive health. Syempre by providing them or by providing the woman with the access to modern contraceptives and comprehensive reproductive health education. Yun yung ano. And next is informed decision. The RH law syempre has allowed or fostered informed decision making among Filipinos by providing them with accurate and syempre unbiased information about reproductive health. And syempre comprehensive sex education in school. Ayun yung kailangan natin. Next, conclusion namin about RH law is syempre poverty reduction. The RH law nagko-contribute to reduce poverty by enabling families to plan their size and spacing and ensuring that they have the resources and support to raise a healthy and well-educated children. Syempre, this in turn has led to some similar and more educated workforce, boosting economic productivity and reducing the overall burden ng kahirapan. Next, the conclusion namin is nakaka-improve to ng reproductive health indicators. When we say reproductive health indicators, nakakapag-implement ng mga resulted ng mga tangible improvements sa key reproductive health indicators. Maternal mortality rates have declined, teenage pregnancy have decreased, and the unmet need para sa family planning is syempre na diminished. These positive outcomes underscore the law's effectiveness in promoting reproductive health and well-being sa Pilipinos. Next namin po is science and human rights. And syempre, yun yung foundation ng batas na to, science and human rights. When we say science and human rights, the RH law po is a firmly grounded in scientific evidence and syempre human rights principles. Nare-recognize dito yung karapatan ng isang individual to make informed decision about their reproductive health, ensuring syempre na that they have the right to access to the necessary information and services to exercise this right. The law adherence to science and human rights has been instrumental in its success and widespread acceptance. So, syempre, para matuloy yung batas, kailangan may continuity, implementation, and advocacy. Despite sa mga significance problems, kailangan crucial yung pag-continuity ng implementation ng batas. Syempre, yung support na nagsusurround sa RH law, kailangan meron silang fully implemented in all countries, in all areas of the country. Syempre, particularly sa mga marginalized communities, is essential to achieve its full potential. Additionally, ongoing advocacy and education are necessary. Syempre, para to address misconception and syempre to ensure that RH law remains a cornerstone of reproductive health and well-being sa bansa natin. So, next part is what policy proposal you want to do in the future. Para sa amin po, for us the future should have a mandatory uniform sexuality education policy and all basic level sa Pilipinas. Yung gumraduate po kami mostly sa amin is syempre hindi namin naranasan yung fully na education ng sex ed. Sa ibang bansa, aware naman po sila dun sa ganun, parang meron po sila. Pero po sa atin, late 2021 po, yun ang pagka-research namin na parang sa mga junior high school or senior high school, if I'm not mistaken po, na meron na po silang kinukondak na sexual education. So, syempre, the research shows that comprehensive sex education can lead to positive outcomes, including pag-reduce ng STI transmission and syempre mostly unwanted pregnancy, increase condom use or contraceptives, and syempre improve communication about sex and relationship. It also decreases some sexual risk behavior and increase self-esteem and body image. making CSE or Comprehensive Sex Education accessible to all young people in the Philippines is syempre essential for protecting their sexual health and well-being. Maraming mga benefits yung yung CSE. Una doon is reduce STI transmission and unwanted pregnancy. Next is increase condom use, improve communication about sex and relationship, and decrease sexual risk behaviors. And lastly, increases self-esteem and body image. CSE is nakakatulong yun sa mga kabataan para ma-develop yung kanilang self-image and feel good about their bodies. And there are three addition sa kung paano nakaka-benefit yung CSE. Siyempre, mostly is prevent sexual abuse. Nakakatulong to sa mga kabataan to understand what sexual abuse is and how to protect themselves from it. Promote gender equality. Nakakatulong to promote gender equality and syempre how to build a healthy relationship. Next is empowering young people to make informed decision about their sexuality. CSE can help people para ma-develop yung skills nila and knowledge nila na kailangan nila to be informed in decision about their sexuality. So, for us po, we urge the government, kailangan pagtuunan nila ng pansin yun, lalo na sa dumadaming teenage pregnancy sa Pilipinas. We urge the government to mandate CSE as a topic in Philippine school. We think that CSE is a fundamental human rights that every student should have access to. So, we're of number 4 po. Number 4 is provide 5 specific examples of regulatory policy that exists in City Taguig and discusses each policy according to its functionality and objectives. So ito po yung napili naming 5 specific example ng regulatory policy sa City of Taguig. Siyempre, their objectives and their functionalities. Number 1 po sa amin is Ordinance number 45 series of 2007 or providing for the registration of hawkers and other purpose. Ang objective po nito is syempre to control the hawkers within the city and make sure na they work in safety and hygienic environment. When we say hawkers po, ito po yung mga tindera. Yun po yung pagkakaintindi namin. And functionality po nito is hawkers are supposed to be, syempre, registered their names within our government and syempre magkaroon sila ng permit. And they also have to do a uniform and a health card to make sure that their workplace po is syempre clean and tidy. This ordinance helps to ensure that hawkers are operating in regulated manner and that their food and goods syempre are safe to consume. It also helps to promote a clean and orderly environment sa ating city. Next is Ordinance number 32 series of 2004 or Taguig Anti-Smoking Ordinance. Nakikita naman po natin to sa mga barangay natin sa mga kanto na may nakasulat po na this zone is non-smoking area, parang ganito po. Dito sa TCU, meron po nakapaskil po sa Central Bicutan Barangay natin na ganun. So, itong ordinance na to is nakakatulong syempre to protect the public from harmful effects ng secondhand smoke. It also sends a message that smoking syempre is not socially acceptable behavior. Ang objective nito is syempre to order and promote physical public health against adverse effects ng paninigarilyo. Functionality is syempre in this city, smoking is not allowed in all indoor public places, workplace, and public transport. Next is Ordinance number 24 series of 2004 or Taguig City Solid Waste Management Ordinance. Objective nito ay syempre proper solid waste management sa Taguig, and waste pollution reduction. This ordinance helps to reduce waste pollution, syempre pag-promote ng sustainability ng kalat or waste management practices. It also helps to create a cleaner and healthier environment para sa komunidad natin. Functionality is residents are expected to sort their waste at source, and they are supposed to drop it in specific places. The local government also offers services for waste collection and disposal. So, next naman po na ordinance is Ordinance number 41, series of 2007, Taguig City Noise Control Ordinance. This ordinance helps siyempre to reduce noise pollution and create a more peaceful and livable environment sa ating komunidad. It also helps to protect people's health from harmful effects of noise pollution. Objective siyempre is to safeguard the public from overpowering noise pollution. And functionality is kailangan ma-define yung mga noise limit in different areas of the city and bars some activities which produce loud noises. So specifically sa mga malalapit sa mga factories, ganun, siguro kailangan may mga limit lang yung mga makina nila or yung mga noise na napuproduce ng kanilang mga negosyo. Next, lastly po is Ordinance number 29, series of 2004, which is the Taguig City Zoning Ordinance. This ordinance helps, syempre para ma-ensure na yung land na ginagamit used in a way that is compatible with the surrounding areas and that promotes sustainability and development. Excuse me. It also helps to protect the environment, syempre, and the community's quality of life. Objective is to manage land use and development in the city. And functionality po nito ay syempre para makapag-create sa ordinance, create the cities into different zones and outlines and acceptable forms of the land use on each zones. So overall po, these 5 regulatory policies sa Taguig City is a important role in promoting public health, safety, and well-being. They help control hawkers, reduce smoking, noise pollution, manage waste, and syempre to promote sustainable land use. So, next po is number 5. Of so many problems in the country that policymakers can provide solution on through it a public policy, why are some problems given more importance and others simply fade away? So, para sa amin po, policymakers confronts with the numerous issues that they need to determine which of these issues they should prioritize. Policymakers face numerous issues. Siyempre, may mga severe, may urgent, and siyempre visible, political feasible, and aligned with policymakers. Values, problems are more likely to be prioritized. An issue causing widespread economic damage is siyempre frequently reported in the media is more likely to be prioritized than an issue of major environmental damage but unknown. The correct approach to prioritizing para sa amin po, the correct approach to prioritizing public policy problems syempre does not exist. Policymakers have different priorities. Some significant to one policymakers may not be important para sa iba. So that's all for our report. We are group 3. Kasama ko po dito sa report is si Mr. Canapia Joamir and Miss Nasa Marianel and Miss Lozada Bridget and lastly Miss Garing Jonabel. Marami pong salamat and God bless.